ask you guys to help me out on this one and determine whether or not Destiny deserves a new series. And no, YouTube voter, you don't get a vote. You can just go fuck yourself. Anyways, over a year ago, I did the Call of Duty BluePrint series on how they could fix their game. In some instances, my ideas were either listened to or stolen. That's right, damn it. I said it. They stole my fucking ideas. I don't care if Activision was already rolling these ideas out before I did the video. I'm still going to take credit for being a fucking genius. I asked for a third developer, and sure enough, they added Sledgehammer to the rotation. I said the perk system no longer needs to be restricted and should open up, and sure enough, Ghost eliminated the tiers and allowed people to select what they want. Years earlier, I said I would sacrifice theater mode for better connection games, and Infinity Ward made that happen with Ghost. I wanted less shit in the sky, and I wanted lethal items removed from the support system. So when it comes to shit that a game can fix, my ideas are pretty much on point. I know what gamers like because chances are we like the same shit. I know what people are willing to play and deal with because it's the same fucking things that I want to deal with myself. So when it comes to Destiny, there are tons of things Bungie could and should have not dropped the fucking ball on. And the sad part is, the gun mechanics of the game and the gameplay is pretty damn good. It's just all the other shit that is fucked up about this game. I like playing it, I like playing with friends, I like collecting shit, but what I don't like are the irrevocably brain-dead fucking decisions Bungie added or didn't add to this game that has pissed a lot of people off. Now, I've made my opinion about this game known, as have plenty of other publications, other YouTube channels and players and shit like that. There are a number of things this game could have done better, and it just feels incomplete. It feels like Bungie rolled out a product that's about 30% complete, and they plan on releasing shit in the future to make it feel complete. But the biggest challenge that Bungie faces is that some of these fixes should be real simple to do, such as the loot system, which they're going to fix in an upcoming patch, rewards, party system, all of these things they've already said that they're going to be working on. And some of these mistakes are just utterly unfuckable. No, really, I'm good at diagnosing problems in pretty much anything, and I probably have an idea on how to fix all this shit. I mean, just look at the recent hot patch that they actually added to the game. Bungie decided to fix the loot cave that people were farming for weeks, which, to be honest, it needed to be fixed. You get assholes that sit there for 5 or 6 hours per day, ranked all the way up to level 29 or whatever the fuck it was, just literally pointing and shooting at a cave. That's it. Pointing and shooting at low-level enemies for 6 hours a fucking day. Yes, that needed to be fixed. It was incredibly broken, and you completely understand why people had to do this shit, because the loot system is fucked up. The loots and reward system has been utterly fucked up since day one, where your rank is determined by randomly dropped shit. Because of how fucked up it is, people found a band-aid to put on the problem, yet Bungie goes and takes away the band-aid. Essentially, you magnify the issues that this game has now, although they're finally going to address it in the upcoming patch that they mentioned. Another perfect example, the Queef challenges and removing the Ascendant shards. Fucking item is rarer than rocking horse shit, and the one few guaranteed way of obtaining it was removed. However, you leave the core problem of the game untouched, not being able to find these shards in the first place unless you play the one daily mission over and over and over and over and over again, which is the same repetitive shit we already played in the goddamn campaign. Destiny's issues go way beyond unfucking the game. Bungie fucked up. They fucked up in a number of areas to the point that they can't unfuck their mistakes right now. And that's where the BluePrint series comes in. See, we can sit here and point out all the mistakes they made and all the shit that Bungie either needs to fix or remove and whatnot, but exactly how do you fix these things? How do you add more of a story to the game that doesn't have a fucking story? How do you alter the monotonous missions of having Dinklebot scan something while you shoot shit in the fucking face? How do you fix the Crucible's massive balance problems or the lack of exploring space and the utterly absurd bounties or ingredients for fucking ranking up? And guess who has the answers to all of that shit? Yeah, damn right, I do. Similar to Call of Duty, we can complain about all the bullshit in the game, the fucking guard dog, the lag and trailer games, the absolutely horrid support for PC, but who actually gives ideas on what Call of Duty can do in the future other than, hey, let's just remake Call of Duty 4? With Destiny, I have ideas and thoughts in my head on how this game and franchise can turn their shit around. The Crucible can be fixed. The loot system sure as fuck can be fixed, although Bungie's already on the case on that shit. Even the campaign can be unfucked just a little bit. But to be fair, there are things Bungie can do to this game, and things they will only be able to fix in future games. There's shit they can fix with patches or updates, and there's shit they need DLC for, and there's other shit that they have to do in their next game. There's no way they're going to fix it in this game, which, by the way, there are already some grumblings about the price of that DLC that I mentioned before, so hopefully people start sending the message to Bungie and Activision to drop the fucking price of that bullshit expansion pass that's going to give you extra content up in this motherfucker, man. But anyway, Destiny has the potential to improve and improve dramatically. I look at this game in a a similar way to the first Assassin's Creed 7 or 8 years ago. A game that was massively hyped, but failed to deliver for almost the exact same problems. Assassin's Creed had repetitive, mundane missions, a stale and boring main character, the promise of a large, open sandbox world, except there was nothing on the maps worth the fuck, and a fun but monotonous combat system. And just look at what Ubisoft turned around and made Assassin's Creed 2 into. Bungie can do this with Destiny, easily, but of course, with my help. Now, I could do a nice long Blueprint series for Bungie to show them all the shit they should have done in the first place. I don't think it's a stretch to say that this game is considered fun to play, but highly flawed. People enjoy partying up with each other and exploring the semi-open world with friends and shit like that, as well as exploiting the Crucible for the minimal rewards and that frustrating piece of shit offers, but it's a work in progress. They can make something as awesome as the Vault of Glass, yet have Dinklebot scan every fucking thing else in the game. Bungie has made it very clear this game will expand and it's going to grow over the months and years and whatnot. But that only fuels what I said about this game after a week. It feels incomplete. It feels rushed. It feels watered down, and it feels like the time spent marketing this shit basically bullshitted their customers and could have spent all that time coming through on those promises that they made in the very first reveal videos and shit like that. So the Blueprint series is dependent on you guys. Do you think it's worth giving Bungie all my ideas and recommendation on how to fix this motherfucker? Flaws and all. It's entertaining as shit to play, but man, does this motherfucker need help. Throw this bitch a lifeline or something. Because it's sad that a game that looked this great, that had a great fucking idea and lore, turned into an above average game that bit off more than it could chew. In all honesty, Destiny has plenty of potential, but the product that we paid $60 for right now is a buggy, incomplete project that really needed at least another year to finish all the shit that they wanted in the damn game. Now, before I go, I just have one more thing I wanted to mention. I know this weekend I said that I was going to stream the end of our raid, however, that didn't actually happen. Part of that was, well, I just fucking forgot. No, at least I'm being honest up in this motherfucker. No, but here was the deal. When we wanted to do the raid, initially we were going to do it over the course of 3 days. We were going to set it up Thursday, do some of the work on Friday, and then finish the motherfucker on Saturday. The problem is, getting 6 people together is always a bitch. I mean, unless you plan on sitting there for 4 or 5 hours together, it just wasn't going to happen. So when we tried it initially Thursday, we didn't have enough people. Then we tried it Friday, we got some people, some dropped out. I think Grim Reaper ended up with some shitty connection issues. Someone jumped in, took over his spot. So pretty much what we tried to do was almost impossible when it came to timing-wise. Now on Saturday, we eventually all got together randomly and completely spontaneous. All 6 people happened to be online, and we said, you know what? Fuck it! Let's go back into that motherfucker and kick Atheon's ass. And by the time I did that, I had absolutely no time to really set up video for YouTube and telling you guys come to the website and shit like that, go watch my Twitch stream and shit. So in the end, I didn't get a chance to stream it. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to stream some raids in the future. Now that we got the first raid under our belt, we know what's expected, we know what's required to beat this motherfucker. Chances are I'm going to be streaming some of my raid adventures in the future, so that's something you guys will be able to enjoy down the road. So anyways, I'll leave the decision up to you guys whether or not Bungie deserves to have their asshole ripped in the Blueprint series. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'll see you guys in the next video.